Hey, so what have you been reading lately? I'm Camille Scott with Xenoenthusiast, and I absolutely love to read. And I love to read about things that help humanity, things that help the individual to come to a higher state of consciousness, self-improvement, time management, all different kinds of things. Some books I like to read and others I like to listen to on Audible. I feel like Audible is such a great way to make good use of your commutes or the time that you're doing chores around the house or walking. And so today I have 3 Audible recommendations, 3 different audiobook recommendations. These would be great ones to read, but I just happen to enjoy these on Audible. But before I get into those reviews, I just want to remind you to please like and subscribe. And if you find this video informative and want to share it with a friend, please share it. That really helps the algorithm. So the first book I want to talk about is a little funny book about time management called 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals. Now, I was telling these fantastic neighbors of mine that are very well traveled, and they have their own organic edible forests in their backyard, and they're just these all around fascinating people. And I was telling them about all the different time management books that I was reading and all the different stuff I was doing, getting up early and, dividing my time up, doing the 12-week year, Pomodoro method. And Sheila just kind of chuckled and was polite, but laughed at me a little bit and said, you should read Time Management for Mortals. And I did, and boy, was she right. It really flips things upside down. The premise of the book is that a healthy person really only has about 4,000 weeks to live. If you figure there's 52 weeks a year, you live to be about 80, I guess it comes out to around 4,000 weeks. And the book is really different when it comes in terms to time management. I really like it because it's more about the heart and how you want to spend your time versus this push for more productivity all the time. So if you're kind of feeling like you're struggling to be productive and it doesn't matter what time management method you've been using, nothing seems to be satisfying or work because the goalpost keeps moving forward for you, Time Management for Mortals is for you. The second book that I've been listening to lately is called Move Your DNA by Katy Bowman. And this is recommended to me by my anatomy teacher. I'm in a somatics and massage therapy program here in Ventura, California. And it's really fantastic because it's not just massage, it really deals with somatics. And the anatomy class is actually quite rigorous. So one of the best things about the program is the actual anatomy teacher. His name is Tim Harris, and he is this super animated, super passionate character that just keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire class. And he's the one that recommends Katy Bowman's book, Move Your DNA. I find this book fascinating. I started listening to it. She tells you, if you're listening to this on Audible, get up and start walking. And so I did. I tied my shoes and started walking while listening to this book. It is so fascinating the way she talks about body mechanics. The big takeaways from this book are the way that you carry weight on your body coupled with the alignment. So the example that she gives is that each cell is kind of like a little sponge. And every time you have load on it, that sponge is being wrung out. But is it being stretched and twisted? Is it being pressed flat? Is it being crumpled up? That all depends on the weight. And then the other thing is that not all weight is equal. You could be carrying one 30-pound pumpkin in a bunch of different ways, like in front of you, on top of your head, on your back, on one side. Or you could be carrying 30 pounds, 2 pumpkins, and distributing the weight different. Or it could be 10 3-pound pumpkins. And depending on how that weight is distributed, along with how you're holding your body, is going to make an effect over time as to how your body shape forms. She likens the human body to kind of the way that trees weather. Trees are weathered by the wind. You see them all twisted and gnarled and leaning based on the wind. And we're the same way. We'll solidify into the shape that we are holding the most. So her book is just a really great take on movement versus exercise and how we should be moving in a way that nourishes our body in ways that we don't normally move. I think this should be required reading for everybody. Move Your DNA by Katy Bowman. And then the last book that I'm going to recommend today is called Sapiens. This book is super entertaining and super informative. It gives it's the history of humanity, really, starting with very primitive man, moving all the way to what's going on right now. And I just love the way that it's narrated. The author is it's so well researched, and he is so passionate about what he's saying. Some of the parts are somewhat controversial. Other parts you go, oh wow, that's fascinating. And it's just been such a great journey listening to that book. I almost want to listen to it a second time because I feel like it was so nutrient dense that I would love to go back and see what parts you kind of miss parts as you're listening, or you forget parts as you're listening to what's coming up next. That's one that I would definitely listen to twice. So those are my 3 recommendations: Sapiens, Move Your DNA, and 4,000 Weeks Time Management for Mortals. So before I get into the ocean, I want to know, what books are you reading? What are you recommending? Let me know in the comment section below what I should be reviewing next. It's an absolutely glorious fall day here in California. It is brisk. It's in the high 50s, but the ocean looks so enticing, I'm going to get in anyway. And here's the clip for that. If you want access to the most effective entrepreneurial education on the market, check in the description box below and follow the link to the free ebook. If you want to learn your choice of 51 different languages, then you need Pimsleur. And again, that link is in the description box below. I'm Camille Scott with Xenoenthusiast.